Hello and welcome. Today we're going to unbox LC-M2-C-MULTI-2 USB enclosure. So this is an external caddy for M.2 SSD drives. Here I have 3 of the official formats and sizes. There is even one more that is supported by this drive. So we have 22 by 80, 60, 42 and 30 millimeters M.2 SSDs that can fit inside this enclosure, and then we can use it to transfer data, copy, backup, use it just as a very fast external drive. The advertised bandwidth is 10 gigabytes per second, and we will measure this. I will do some tests, and then we'll see what this enclosure is really capable of when it comes to the fast copying from and on your computer. So there are also connections supported. We can see here M key and B plus M key, and another version of B plus M key, and B key is not supported, but this enclosure supports practically most of the SSD and NVMe SSD M.2s that you're gonna run into. So let's open the box and see what's inside. Okay, so here is the enclosure itself. Okay, and okay, it's very nice looking, has very nice finish. It's not too big. Okay, you open it by just pressing here and pulling out. Okay, here is the small board with circuitry that has connector. And what else we have here? Okay, so these are the rubber holders for your SSD. We have USB-C cable, and we have USB 3.0, 3.2 standard USB cable. So this is quite handy if you have new USB-C connectors on your computer. You can use this cable, with the new sleek design. And let's try and put first the longest one. Okay, so this bit goes inside the hole. Try always to make it like this. So this other part, half circle, to go away from the SSD. Okay, and now with a finger you just try to rotate it a bit, and you should make a full circle if possible. Okay, this is good enough. Now a little bit more. Okay, now this SSD M.2 drive is in place, and we close it like this, and this is now ready for use. Okay, let's see how the mounting of other types goes, other formats. So again, this part should go on the outside. Okay, this is the shorter one, so here you just push it in, and okay, that's it. Now you try to turn the rubber the other way around. Okay, this is quite firm now. We can again close it. That's it. And let's try the last one. The same procedure. Okay, this is quite firm now. Again. Okay, and that's it, ready for use. I will run some tests on it. I will put some relatively fast NVMe SSD M.2 drive inside. Then I'll do some measurements, so stay tuned. Okay, now to the practical test. So for this test and comparison, I will be using relatively fast Generation 3 Samsung NVMe M.2 SSD drive inside the LC external enclosure. And on the other hand, I will be using USB 3.0 standard HDD, now an older device, but fast for its class. Still, we'll see how huge difference is between external NVMe enclosure and just the simple hard disk mechanical HDD disk external enclosure. I fast forwarded Crystal Disk Mark tests so that we don't wait too much. And we can see now that roughly the LC external Caddy is around 7 times faster using the Generation 3 NVMe SSD drive. After this, I will do some real-time files and folders copying, first onto the LC NVMe enclosure, and then afterwards on the traditional HDD USB 3.0 enclosure. There is around 19.1 gigabytes of data. This is a lot. And we can see now that on LC NVMe enclosure, transfer speed on average is around 360 megabytes per second. It will need less than a minute. Time remaining 45 seconds. All in all, I think it took less than a minute. While on the other hand, the external HDD, I had to fast forward. It calculated around 5.5 minutes of transfer time, but in reality it took 7 to 8 minutes. So the difference in real-time copying was even bigger than what Crystal Disk Mark showed us. Okay, while this is almost done, the external HDD will need a lot more time. Just to mention a couple of important things. So LC M2 multi enclosure is rated on maximum transfer rate of 10 gigabytes per second. And this is stated that connection needs to be USB 3.2, probably generation 4 SSD NVMe drive as well, so the fastest one. And the computer that I'm using has 3.1 USB connection. So this is rated up to 5 gigabytes per second maximum transfer rate. Now, this is all theory, and these are all theory maximums. In computer world, we are accustomed to see that practical speeds, practical transfers are much lower. And this is all normal. This is how the things work. Always the specs are stated as the theory maximum. So we can see here 464 megabytes per second for reading, 434 for writing. These are exceptional speeds, and this will make any backup much faster, any data transfer much faster than what you are used to if you were using until recently just the old type external HDD or even external SSD, as the NVMe drive, of course, will always offer better speeds. And for the last measurement, I will just do the internal NVMe drive that's installed onto the main board. And we can see now when there are no restrictions, this is the full speed. And this is why today our computers run much faster thanks to the Generation 3 and now the new Generation 4 NVMe SSD drives. Anyway, I just want to say that LC did a very good job with making this external enclosure available to us. It's an excellent tool either for professionals or just everyday data backup and copying. And you can see it in practice how it works. It's fast, it dissipates heat quite well, because I think it's the body is made of aluminum. So keep this product in mind when you choose your new external drive. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.